Howdy, howdy. This is my review of Arknights Endfield. I thought I'll make this as someone who's probably like day four. I'm gonna give it like the typical week uh playtime. Uh, Usually I do that for like these new gotcha games that are coming out because some of them are like money incentive. They'll be like you have to pay to play basically, and some are just you need to invest too much time into. And it's finding the ones that have that right balance. And this is my experience so far. And there's a couple other things that hasn't been talked about in this review, and I might bring it up later, but we'll see. But yeah, this is the start, so stick with me. My honest reaction: this is so far how I see the game. It's these two games mixed together. It really is. And I'll back up my review with videos and like other stuff. But playing it feels like a gotcha game, so it's like the others. But if I think it compares more to Wuthering Wave with the main character, like how they introduce the main character, and the way the environment and just the game feels itself. And then when it comes to the base building aspect, as far as I know, and I looked it up to spoil myself, there's no actual base defense mode. But when they do add it, because I think they will, because it doesn't make sense why have base building if you're not going to have a base defense mode. And they even have gun turrets in the game. But Metal Gear Survive, that was the whole premise of the game, was the base building aspect. So these are the two games. Over here on the right is Arknights. This is what you would normally see, probably near the late game. Um, this is not mine. Uh, Honestly, and here on the left is a game called Factoroid. Honestly, this is the best picture I could think of when I was looking at this picture. I was like, I remember hearing about a game a long time ago, and Factoroid is this one. It's basically a factory. Like you don't. It's not base building in the sense like you're building housing and all that. You're more building a factory to automate your gathering, more or less. And there are like gun turrets and like this stuff these right here I think are gun turrets. Um, the one in the bottom right, behind the big ground thing. I think this right here might be gun turrets, if I'm not mistaken. I know they have that weird like open in the middle and like two little BD gun heads on top. I think those are in this picture, but I got a video and I'll show what I mean. So like I said, this is literally right off Google's AI thing. There's no direct base defense mode. These are examples of base building. These both come from WUA, Wuthering Waves, and Metal Gear Survive. These are the directions I think the developers need to take if they do implement base defense. You basically the left side is more a wave thing, like Call of Duty. If you want to throw Call of Duty in it, like Call of Duty Zombies, you should have a wave timer and just endless amount of enemies come towards your base, and their main goal is to kill you or destroy an item. Uh, and Metal Gear, I think you need to keep them away from the device that starts up your whole base. And in WUA, this was an event where it was like balloons. If you ever play balloons or balloon, Bloon. It's the monkey game where you place on monkeys and you destroy balloons. It's a tower defense game, and I think that's the two ways you could do it. You can make it where the player has an action that they could do in like Metal Gear Survive, where they could actively defend against a wave of enemies, or you could do it where like what they place defends their base, if that makes sense. Like not really much on the player helping. Even in this, technically the player can with this thing. It like shoots, but its main goal is to place down these turrets and to wipe out the enemy horde. So there's two different ways, and honestly, I think they need to go with this. I think they need to give up competing against Wuthering Waves, including the fan base. Don't compare to Wuthering Waves, or even attempt to like fight it. Do this. Make what people wanted Metal Gear Survive to be. Even though Metal Gear Survive sucks, but yeah. This is the gacha system. I did a little bit of research. Um, so this is the whole article about the gacha system. These are during the beta though, so it could have changed. But I have, even in my video, just mine, I have been getting a lot of duplicates. And once you get to this point, when you already have like maxed out characters, they don't really reward you with like a free pool or whatever. Like it's so bad. Honestly, it's I played a lot other than Gotcha or not Gotcha. Genshin. I haven't played that one as much, but I play Wuthering Waves, Snowbreak, ZZZ, Zenless Zone Zero. I forget the last one, but this one definitely is the worst out of all of them when it comes to like pulling for characters. Cause mostly when you for duplicates. So if you want to look at the I'm guessing this dude did the rates and everything also. Then they have sorry. Yeah, this is the other stuff. Arsenal. Sorry, I had to talk to someone. Um, so this is the other. This was off of Reddit though, so you could take this with a grain of salt or not. But best TLDR, he says, best for characters is Arknights, which I disagree with. Best weapons, probably yeah, I agree with that with Arknights, because most of the times I don't like in Wuthering Waves I don't really fucking care about the weapons unless I get it. Like I don't really pull for weapons. Saved options. Wuthering Waves, yeah. Like I said, I don't really pull for weapons, and because all the weapons are somewhat good in Wuthering Waves. Baseline, yeah, ZZZ is probably the best. I'm gonna be real. As someone who has not invested any money into any of these, um, he says Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail is the most expensive, which is the two I don't play. So, and this is his statistics. For a big dumb, as he said in this thing, he said he was the big dumb. I don't think he is. I mean, these are actually really good. Yeah, but as you can see, when it comes to characters, I'm leaving the link, so if you want to just search it up, you can search it up and read it yourself, but I'm just slowly going down so you can see it all. Alright, so those are the gacha systems. From what I've been seeing, as a free to play user, not pay to win or just pay to play, uh, I have gotten more duplicates in Arknights than I've ever gotten in ZZZ and Wuthering Waves combined, which is saying something. As someone who relies on that first week, usually these types of games, when you first download and play the game, they try to be really, really friendly with you with like giving you pulls and like doing events, like daily, weekly events that like give you free pulls and whatever. But after that, it will dry up after, I think it's usually like a week or two. And Arknights, I can already tell, is going to be that game that once the 2 weeks or 1 week, I don't really remember how long. I think it's a week. But after those free pulls dry up and you have to just grind, this game will probably be the worst when it comes to like feeling. Well, it feels like a chore to play more than actually enjoying. But that's just me. You might really enjoy Arknights, but honestly, I don't. Not like I enjoy playing it, but I'm not gonna like main it, if that makes sense. So what do I think? Honest and like I wrote down here, honestly, I played a lot more of ZZZ and Wuthering Waves, so I'm gonna stick to them. Arknights doesn't provide anything new compared to Wuthering Waves to replace it for me. Honestly, or Wuthering Waves has better character and art design than me. And this is my example of this is off of YouTube. So if you want to give this guy a follow. But this is literally the intro of I'm going to be skipping it. I'm not going to be watching this. But this is literally the intro of Wuthering Waves, like right when you start the game. I wish I was streaming this. I would use mine, but I started like mid-season, and I wasn't really going to stream it until I started streaming ZZZ first, and then I was like, okay, Wuthering Waves. But I was already playing it. But as you can tell, he does the whole like dropping in to a world. Spoiler alert, he's been here before. Wakes up. Wakes up fine, mind you. Into the two female companions.
You're awake, or I'll have to try my last-ditch move. Emergency skills for junior patrollers. Lesson 1, CPR. Ugh.
So basically, the character wakes up and he doesn't know.
Discomfort.
He doesn't know who he is, or even any memories.
Call me Trisha, and she's Yang Yang.
The only difference, well, we'll just keep letting it play.
On the outskirts, cool. We're here. Where?
So right there, Rover wakes up with these two and doesn't know who they are, which makes sense because he's never seen them before. But also, he doesn't know where he is and who he is. Keep that in mind, okay? And then you have the whole tutorial phase where you're like learning how to play the game and etc. Just like Arknights. But then you also are introduced to the first boss.
Yeah, we're in a dormant tacit field, right? Why did you come here by yourself? Condition.
And then in Party of 4,
She must.
you get a new character in Party of 4 now. But in Mua, I think you only get 3 people. Sometimes there's an event where you get 4, but most of the time it's 3. Of course, there's just your boss battle. See, in this one, you start out at level 1, but the boss, I guess also is level 1, but it could be max level. Who knows? Because it's a tutorial boss.
Be careful.
Okay. So you get the picture. Okay. Now we're gonna go to my video. This is the start of Arknights. If you haven't watched, I did a live stream. Sorry, I want to mute myself. But you start off. Now the snow aspect I thought was pretty cool. I hope they use more with that because you could tell they definitely put a lot of time into it. But this is the whole tutorial thing, like learning everything what you need to learn. And then you do a boss fight with your companions, the 4 or the team of 4. Mainly team of 2. I'm gonna be real. Like she's the only one that you know has something, as you'll see later, with the main character. But the others 2 are just like ads, I'm guessing. Although I did like this boss. I don't know why. I like this boss design where it's like a little demon girl, but above is like the avatar of death as being like her cloak. I just thought that was a cool fucking design. I didn't really like the boss. It reminded me too much of fucking Dark Souls 2's old Demon King fight, where it's just literally a giant fucking monster in the lava pit, and you just gotta dodge his fucking hand swings and everything. It was so fucking stupid. I'm gonna be real. Honestly, this plays better than Dark Souls 2's fucking because there's no pillar blocking him where he could get stuck on it, but. Other than that, it honestly plays just like it. Same moveset, too. He does like a grab where you got to dodge it. This is me learning the game, as you can tell. I'm still getting my ass handed to me. But then, once you beat it, just like Wuthering Waves, you are teleported from outer space into reality by some kind of deity. And then is me naming it myself. And then you wake up and she knows who you are, but you wake up and you don't have any recollection or memories. See? See, he wakes up and he doesn't know where he is. If you want to watch the rest, you can watch it on my YouTube channel. It's on the live. If you go here and go to live, you can see most of my content's on the live aspect more than videos. But yeah, the 2 videos will be here. Do I recommend Arknights? Yes, only if you have not played Wuthering Waves or ZZZ yet. It might be a good intro to the world of gacha. But honestly, I do still recommend Wuthering Waves and ZZZ over Arknights. ZZZ, though, if you don't like fan service, uh, it's heavy on fan service. Zenless Zone Zero is. But Wuthering Waves is better. And Wuthering Waves also does rely on fan service. Both of them do. But as from what I've seen in Arknights, I haven't watched any of the promotion, like when they're making a new character or a new DLC. Because this game is new, so it hasn't got to that point yet. But we'll see. What I mean by fan service, if you don't know what fan service is, go look up Jane Doe, ZZZ, and then for ZZZ Zenless Zone Zero, go look up her her promotional video on their YouTube channel, and then go look up Wuthering Waves. I think her name is Ketarella, the jellyfish girl, and that's fan service. It's like overtly, sometimes bluntly, sexual innuendos, and it's usually always female characters, usually. But yeah, that's it. So what do I think? I'm still gonna give Arknights like 4 or 5 more days. I'm going back to work now. The weather storm went past. We did get snow, which is crazy. It wasn't like deep snow, but I live in the south and we don't normally get snow, so that was actually cool to see. But yeah, I was actually surprised. I thought we would be out of power, but we're not. But yeah, that's my review of Arknights so far. I'll probably do one more live stream of it near the end. But I've already played more into the story and the base building or whatever. So, yeah. That was it. Hope you enjoyed. See you later. Peace.